Hi guys, welcome back to Featured. So today I'm going to be talking about my experience at Bullock thus far for the first 2 months that I've been here. So I got here January 5th and it's currently March 4th. So I've been here for, 2 months and I've have a compiled list of about 5 pages of my experiences, information that I know you guys will want or that I would have wanted before I came to Bullock. Some of these items within this are mixed up, this notepad, but at the same time, take it or leave it, honestly. Like, this is my experience. Just because this is my experience doesn't mean that it's going to be your experience as well. But a lot of this information is facts, and a lot of this information is opinionated, and it's also just what I've seen this far in my experience. So our experiences could be different, but at the same time, I am a second lieutenant. I am currently at Logistics Bullock, which is Ordnance, Transportation, and Quartermaster. So they compiled all of us into one basically component. So we're all logistics log officers. So we all take the same classes. So whether or not you're going to either one of those, you're going to be doing the exact same thing. Let's jump right into it. So Bullock topics: arrival. If you come, I'm just going to read off of what I said and then I'll explain it a little bit, but it's a lot on here, so just stick with me. So the first one I said, if you come a day early, you have to pay $100. So it's just that you'll have to pay $100 in order to stay here a day early. You'll also have to have a card on file, and they'll take $10 off of your card for you to be able to stay. And that's even if you come the same day. So no matter what, you're going to have a card with some money on it, $10, so that they could take that money out. And I think it happens like every month. So far, it's happened to me twice. They did it when I first got here, and then they asked me again to put my next card on file. I think at the beginning of February. It's March 4th, so I'll see whether or not they do it again and let you guys know. But so far, it's been every month for me. Make sure that before you come, you have your CAT card updated, or at least try to get it updated if you can. Now, if you can't, then it's okay. You'll be able to get an updated CAT card here. But in my experience, people who have, and even me, who didn't have their CAT card updated before they came, we had a lot more trouble with doing things that other people were able to do, like logging onto the computers inside of the university classrooms, just being able to get our pay situation straight. There were just a bunch of things that we weren't able to do at first that was really annoying and hindering us from just a smooth transition through Bullock. But once I got mine updated, it was just very smooth. But so check in. When you first check in, make sure that you go to the university first to check in, get all your information, and then come back and drop your stuff off at the hotel. So when you're coming to get your stuff and take it up to the hotel, don't try to take everything up and just with your hands. Go inside first. Go get one of the little buggy carts that you get when you're at a hotel. If you guys have seen Zach and Cody, you know that Zach and Cody, they were riding on them. Go get one of them, put all your stuff on at once so you don't have to keep making multiple trips back and forth. Also, whenever you are going up to your hotel and they give you your room, ask them where the room is so you're not just walking around trying to figure out what side the room's on. Because that's what I did, and I wish I would have asked them beforehand because it took me a minute to find my damn room. So, another thing, when you get here, before you get here, you can rent out pots and pans inside the hotel. So I didn't bring any pots and pans. I was going to go buy some here at the hotel, but I decided to not buy any because somebody put me on, and I was this close to buying some pots and pans before somebody told me that you could just get it for free downstairs. And before you guys are like, what do you mean pots and pans? Here in Logistics Bullock, the hotel, I'm going to give you guys a mini tour real quick so you can understand what I mean. So we have a stove, but we don't have an oven. So this is what it looks like. So when you first walk in, you have a closet. You have a stove with just a little shelf, a mini fridge, a microwave, and other shelves that you could put stuff on. You also have a little sink and a coffee maker. Oh, I'll get to the gear later. But this is exactly how your room looks, all right, and it's going to look. It might be switched over, but these are all the things you get inside your room. Excuse me. And this is just what it looks like. So you can basically just map out how much stuff you're going to be bringing. But this is just like a mini tour of what it looks like, what you're going to be experiencing. And there are a lot of mirrors in here, y'all. I'm not going to lie. But it's not that bad. It's actually pretty nice. So yeah, so this is the mini tour. You get 2 big ass drawers, but I'm not gonna lie, the drawers didn't have that much space, so don't try to overload and bring a lot of stuff. But I would say definitely bring clothes to go out and yeah. Definitely bring clothes to kind of like go out in with your friends and stuff like that. Like whether or not you go to brunch with your friends or just like even going like to the club. Like I've been to the club like twice since I've been here and it's pretty fun. I've been to a Caribbean club and I've been to this place called Stadium here. If you guys live in Virginia, you'll probably know what that is. But to continue on, we have a stove here. So one thing that I didn't know when it comes to the stove that I'm going to show y'all is that before you even start cooking on the stove, you have to turn this little knob. So I wanted to focus. So this little knob is basically going to allow you to actually, like when you turn the oven on, it's going to allow you to actually turn it on. Because when I just did this, it doesn't turn on unless I actually like do this. So this is a timer. So it's going to only be on for 15 minutes. If you want to turn it off, you can just turn it off and then turn this off. But when I first got here, I'm going to insert a video. Somebody almost burned down the hotel. So I guess they tried to mitigate like a fire because somebody almost tried to burn down the hotel. Like apparently the whole second floor was filled with smoke and the fire alarm was going off. The firefighters came and everything like that. And that person had to pay for that stuff. And I think they were new and in my class. So just make sure that you're watching your stuff before you walk out. Something that I do in order to help with the smell in my room and the smoke that comes in my room is that I crack my door open and it allows for the smoke to come out, and I'll turn my air on like really, really cold so it can kind of like circulate the air and make it a lot more fresh and just get the smell out, because sometimes it's just a lot in your room and you smell like it and it's just I don't like smell like it personally. But not that my food is nasty or nothing like that. But anyway, if you can, I would say to try to come early, like early in the morning. Like if you know that you don't want to pay that $100 and you could drive up here the same day, if you're going to drive up here, make sure you drive early in the morning, because if you try to come late at night, one, there's not going to be any parking for you, because not that there's not going to be any parking for you, there's not going to be any convenient parking for you. You're going to have to park in the overload parking, which is a good bit away if you're trying to bring your stuff inside the hotel. So, and that's every night, honestly. Like, if you go out at like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, maybe not 5, 6, there might be a little convenient space for you around the area that you like, where you stay in, because you want to stay on the side that you live on. But most of them are filled up, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Parking spots go like that here. Like, especially if you leave out at night and you think you're gonna come back, that parking spot gonna be gone. It's gonna be gone. These people do not play about these parking spots. Like, they be quick to grab them. And don't let a new class come in. People are filtering out of this hotel back and forth. Like, this isn't only a hotel for second lieutenants and first lieutenants. This is a hotel for captain's career corps. It's for warrant officers. So there is a plethora of individuals coming in and out of this hotel on a regular basis. And you need to make sure that, you know, you got you a good parking spot. A lot of people, they be catching rides with their friends because they don't want to lose their parking spot. Like, some people don't even drive. Like, I know one person, he didn't drive for the first like 3-4 weeks here. He just kept catching rides with people. So if he ever needed to like go get to his car, he could. Let me see. You can also rent out board games downstairs as well. So if you wanted to, you know, play a few games with your friends in your class, you can go downstairs. You don't even have to rent it. It's free. So just tell them, hey, I want to get a board game. I heard that you guys have board games. They'll give you the board games. Inside of my room, I don't know if I showed you guys or if you guys saw, but I have a TV in my room and they have cable on the TV. And I'm not gonna lie, they be having some really good shows and TV. They just have some really good TV shows. So I would definitely turn on the TV and watch it, relax, de-stress. Like, don't think that you'll have to go out and, like, you can bring your PlayStation. I would if I was you, if I had one, but I don't have one. Or you can go to Walmart and buy you a $20 Roku. and just hook it up and log into all your Netflix and everything, and it'll be on the TV. We do have a Walmart close to here and a Target, so we have a good amount of stuff that surrounds the area that you'll be able to go to pretty quickly. Food suggestion. I would suggest that you guys go to this place called Charcoal Chicken. Oh my God, it is so freaking good. Like, mwah, chef's kiss. Thank me later. It's good as fuck. Anyway, to continue. Let's get into the money. So pay. All right, so
I'm gonna just drop this right now.
Make sure that you save some money before you come to Bullock, like, especially if you're active duty, because you won't get paid for a while. It takes a while for you to be processed through the system as a second lieutenant, especially if your CAT card is not updated. A few people have some problems with that, i.e. me, and I didn't get paid. I got here January 5th. I didn't get paid till February 15th.
Oh my God!
That's a whole month and a half. And the only reason that I was good or had money is because I went to AT right before I came. So if I didn't have that AT paycheck, I would have been shit out of luck. Like, dead ass, I would have been shit out of luck. I wouldn't have had an opportunity to go eat somewhere. Like, I just didn't have any money. Like, I was eating off ramen and my bills were due. So make sure that you have a good amount of money saved up before you come, especially if you're active duty. Now, reserves, for some reason, they got paid on time. National Guard, some people were late too. So whether or not you're a special case and you know your pay gets fucked up just like National Guard, make sure you have a month and a half's worth of pay saved up, or something saved up, so that you'll be able to at least eat and get around and have gas in your car, or you have your bills paid. Like, try to pay that stuff ahead of time, because if you don't, you're gonna be shit out of luck when you come here. You're gonna have people had delinquencies, people got rent due, like, and they just can't do nothing about it because they just have to go through class. And on top of that, we would get out of class so late. Like, we would go to class at like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and we wouldn't get out until like 4 o'clock. Like, at one time, I think my class got out at like 6 o'clock. But on most days, you'll get out at like 4 or 5 o'clock. And most things on base, like the CAT car office, they close at 3. So it's really hard to kind of mitigate and move around certain things on certain days because you have so much that you have to do while you're in Bullock. So it would be easier to get it done in like the earliest that you can, because once the pay starts picking up, it picks up fast. Make sure you have your 1610 before you come for active duty. 1610, you can get it from your school if you just came from your school, if you're active duty. National Guard, you guys get something else in reserves, but I forgot what it was because I'm not active or reserve. But in the next video that I do make about Bullock, I'll make sure to try to get that out to you guys. Let me see, you're National Guard and reserve and you have an apartment and you need to pay your rent, you're supposed to be getting BAH, basic allowance housing. Basic housing allowance is just money that you get for rent while you're here. So if you're not getting that, like your first paycheck, make sure that you check to see if you actually are getting it in the first place. Like, check your LES, go to My Pay, check your LES, try to click print, and at the bottom it'll show you a little box and it'll show you whether or not you're getting BAH. And if you have questions about that, just let me know in the comments. For a travel voucher, they're going to give you, when you first get here and you go through finance, they're going to give you a packet that kind of looks like this. It's going to look familiar when you guys get it. Just try to come back to this video. This packet is for you to eat. So at the end of the month, if you're one of those people like me who wasn't getting paid until the 15th of February, you got here January or whatever date you're getting here, then this will help you get paid by the end of the month, or probably before your actual payday. So it walks you step by step on what you're supposed to do. But in order to get it, you have to have your 1610. So basically what this is this is just your food money. That's all. This is just your food money. So they're giving you money for food. $60 a day. It's somewhere around 60 something dollars. I think you get like $20 per meal. But I'll look into it and see. But this is money that you could be getting at the end of each month. Someone told me that I should be doing it each month, because when you try to do it all at the end of the month, there are some problems with the pay, and as when you get to your unit, there were some problems with it as well. So I do it every month at the end of every month. So you can't do it at the beginning, and you have to resubmit it every month with your 1610. If you guys want more elaboration on that, I'll be able to post a video on that as well. But we're going to continue for now because it's still a lot more stuff and I'm still on page 1. So, distractions. So, this is IHG, and they call this little breakfast area that we have downstairs. They actually have free breakfast in the morning time, and it's actually really good. On weekdays, it's from, I think, 7 to 9 on weekdays, and weekends, it's from like 7 to 10. So they extended just an hour on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, for, like I said, distractions. In that little area that we have breakfast, at nighttime and on weekends, and sometimes weekdays when a class is graduating, they turn up and they have a good time. They party, they drink, they turn the fuck up. They have music blasting that you probably won't hear until you get closer to the area because it's so deep in the hotel. It's like this little own square area where the music is just like bouncing off the walls a little bit in the little entrance. But if you hear the music, then it's pretty loud. But there are a lot of people who are down there, and you can go hang out and meet new people. But when you go down there, they're going to tell you in some of your briefs to be cognizant of who is down there, because everybody's going to be in civilian clothing and you don't know who is who. Like I said in the beginning of my video, this hotel doesn't only house second lieutenants and first lieutenants and individuals who are just coming to Bullock as, you know, officers. It also has captain career course. It has majors. It has a plethora of things that people are here for. And there are a lot of higher ranking people. And if you sit here and you get plastered drunk and show your ass in front of all these damn people, just know that you are setting yourself up for a terrible reputation in the future, because they're going to remember you. And people are going to talk. The Army is small. But there are people from, I've seen Air Force, I've seen, I don't think I've seen Marines, but I've seen people from different countries here. There was individuals from Italy. There are a lot of international individuals here as well too. But you just have to be careful for what you do. Make sure that you're still, if you're going to go down there and drink, but there's nothing wrong with that, because everybody's drinking down there. They're having a good time. They're enjoying themselves. You know, they're playing card games. They're, you know, listening to music. They're playing beer pong and everything like that. But at the same time, you have to remember that this is not college. You have to hold yourself to a certain standard still while you're here. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time. But have some damn decorum. Don't be down there goddamn twerking your ass off. And you know damn well that you're still in the military hotel. Come on, bro. Like, you got all these people around here. You need to have a certain level. Like, okay, if you go out to the club and you out there in Richmond or in Petersburg having a great time, you're in the club, you're there to do that. But while you're here, try to maintain yourself a little bit. You cannot twerk for one damn song. Like, come on now. Or go to your room and twerk and have a girl session there or whatever you want to do in your room. But while you're in front of all those people, make sure you try to maintain your military bearing, because you still are in a military setting at the end of the day, although you're drinking and having a good time. It's kind of like you're going out to a work event and you're drinking with your coworkers. It's exactly like that. And you need to be able to maintain yourself around those individuals, because they are going to judge you. And that judgment, although I'm the type of person who doesn't give a fuck what most people, I don't give a fuck what people think. I give a fuck about my reputation and how I represent myself and how I present myself. And if that's you as well, then you need to hold yourself to a standard when you're drinking. You need to know your limit, and you need to know when to put down the goddamn drink and pick up some water. Because I've seen some people who get sloppy drunk, who embarrass themselves, who, yeah, we're just not going to take it there. Have some military bearing in certain settings. Okay, so to continue with distractions in IHG. Graduating classes. There are going to be classes ahead of you who are going to be graduating. They're done with their curriculum. They've done everything they're supposed to do. And you have to keep in mind that you're someone who just got there. You just got there. They're going to want to give you all the information that they can in order to help you out, and that's a good thing. But when you make friends with people who are graduating or who are in classes above you, make sure that you have some type of discernment. Make sure you understand that you just got there and they're done. So they're going to want to party. They're going to want to have a great time all the time. and you're someone who is still having to take tests. So at a certain time within Bullock, you have to take tests up until a certain point. So there's going to be a test like every week. I think one time I had a test like twice a week, and you have to pass those tests. If you don't pass those tests, you have to retake the test. And if you don't pass it again, you have to retake it. And then it's only a certain amount of times that you can fail a test before you're either recycled or before you're either recycled or kicked out of the school. So you want to make sure that you're on your shit while you have to take these tests. Physical tests as well count as failures. So if you fail a test and you fail a test again and you have to take it again and you pass, that's 2 times that you failed the test. So say if you fail another test, you fail it, that's 3, and you pass it, that's good. Say if you fail a PT test, that's another one. You're probably going to be up for recycle by that 3rd or 4th test that you failed or event that you failed. So make sure that you're on your shit. And some people, they have to wait like months in order for them to be able to go to the class behind them. So I don't think you start all over, but you get recycled to the class behind you. So if you were to get, for example, if I were to get recycled, I would have to go 3 weeks back and do the same thing that I did 3 weeks ago now. And that is so annoying. It's so annoying retaking a test. I've failed a test before. I've had to retake it. And when you take the test, you have 1 page, 1 side of notes. And you'll have to rewrite that over again so you can take the test. And it's so annoying. It takes so much time. You'll have to go to this thing called remedial training. Y'all, the remedial training is during lunch. So you get your time taken during lunch when you could be taking a nap during lunch and rejuvenating. And you probably don't even get to eat then because you got to go back into class after the retraining. So it's a lot. It's annoying. And you just don't want to put yourself in that predicament and position. You want to be able to pass the first time and the first time only. So make sure that whenever you get some information from the slides that they're giving you, you study those slides the same night. You're writing at least something out in your note sheet by like, I don't know, like say if the test is on Monday, like have something on your note sheet by Friday. That's my advice. So yeah, classmates. You're going to get distracted by certain classmates as well too. You're going to, be enjoying them. They're going to want to hang out with you and go places. But make sure that you're hanging around the right type of classmates. Make sure that the classmates that you are hanging around with are on their shit just like you want to be on your shit. Because you'll get with the wrong classmates, and the people you hang around is the type of person that you'll become. So if you get around somebody who isn't on their shit, who's lazy, who's always complaining, who's always talking about, what they want to do but they don't do it, you're going to become one of them. And you're going to be disappointed looking back like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, I didn't used to be like this. You've picked up on their traits and you've allowed yourself to be like that. So make sure you police yourself. Another thing, opposite sex or same sex. If you come here single, make sure you watch your back. That's all I got to say. Because people are going to be coming at you, or maybe that's me. So I know that I'm an attractive female. And there are people left and right who are coming at me because they see how attractive I am. Because I present myself in a certain way, and because they just want to probably get to know me and know more about me, and I'm the new piece of meat on the block. I just got here, and it's probably most likely going to be the same for some of you as well. Some of these people are just thirsty, and you have to recognize that you're here for a reason and you're here to pass. Because you sitting here being, laid up with somebody, it ain't going to help you pass these tests. Be with somebody who at least you could study with. I'm not saying don't do what you want to do because you're a grown-ass man or woman at this point. But I'm just saying be smart about it. Because there are a lot of distractions. There are a lot of attractive people who are here. And you have to be careful with fraternization. Even though they're apparently taking it away in the military, you still have to be careful because you are an officer. If you are becoming an officer or watching this as an officer, you're an officer. And you have to present yourself as such because certain people could take advantage of you later on down the line with your rank, with what you do, they'll hold some stuff against you, it's just a lot, and this is not just on the officer side. This is like every single side, like all around. You just have to be careful. Yeah. Money going out. When you get that check, don't blow it. Some people, you'll see them bags and bags of stuff coming in this motherfucker. New clothes. I ain't gonna lie. I bought some clothes. I needed it. I didn't really need it. I'm lying. Let me stop. I thought it was cute, but I've bought some clothes. But you got to make sure that you have room to where to put those clothes because it gets crowded real quick. Make sure that you're not buying unnecessary stuff. Make sure you have a budget. Make sure you're, you know, doing just that, just budgeting. Let me see. Yeah, manage your money, pay them bills, track it, do whatever you gotta do, but just make sure you're on your shit so that you don't blow your money when you get it. Let me see. There's also something called the career starter loan. When you become a second lieutenant or just an officer in general, and you're just starting off your career, you can get this loan called the career starter loan with USAA or Navy Federal Credit Union, and you get up to $25,000. So some individuals in my college class, my senior college classes, they got cars. They used a portion of the money. They didn't use all the money. And some people bought cars. Some people saved the money for, buying like bed stuff, headboards. They bought like basically just stuff to help you in your apartment when you get your apartment. You can use the money for whatever you want. I got the career starter loan. I'll be buying a car and also be buying home furniture with it as well when I get to my duty station. But it just depends on, like, the money comes straight to your account like that once you get accepted. Like, I was over the phone with a lady and she was like, yeah, you just have to go ahead and accept it and it goes in your account. That money went in my account like this. I was like, oh my God, like, all this money in my account right now? Damn. So, yeah, and just make sure you're budgeting that and being safe with that. It's a good APR. It's only 2% APR. So, say if you get the whole thing, let's see, $25,000, 2%. If you get the whole thing, you'll be paying about $450 a month for it, and that's including the whole $25,000. Depending on what you get with it, like depending on how many months which one you get, USAA or Navy Federal, will depend on how long you're going to be paying it off for. I think it's like 5 years. You'll pay $25,000 off in 5 years with $400 something every month. But you have to check it because I think it changes up or it's different for each one. So your tactical officer, your TAC as they call it, is someone who's going to be with you throughout the whole entire process. That person is like your homeroom teacher. Like, you go to them and you're going to be switching up classrooms. You're going to be switching up instructors like every week for different stuff. And that tactical officer is going to be with you they're going to be with you at PT. They're going to be with you during your ACFT. They're going to be with you the whole entire time. You're going to get to know this person. Utilize your tactical officer. They're there to help you. And what I mean by that is, for tests, make sure that you guys, whoever the academic officer is, because you're going to have certain roles within a classroom that you're going to have. Whoever's the academic officer, or even if you're not the academic officer, make sure that you're setting up study sessions with your TAC so that they can help you guys out with things that you don't understand. Let me see. Yeah, help them get help with them for the tests, studying, even problems back home. So if you have problems back home that they need to know about, or that you probably are embarrassed about them knowing, but it's serious and it's detrimental to your success rate inside of Bullock, you need to let them know as discreetly as possible or whatever way you can. Because if they see that you're starting to decline with your physical, with your mental, with your test, you're failing the test, and they don't know what's going on, they're just going to recycle you. They can't vouch for you if they don't know what's going on. So make sure that they know what's going on with you if you have those problems. Be a team player. A lot of these people that you're going through Bullock with, you're going to see them again. A lot of our tactical officers here, they've been to Bullock together. They've worked together. They said that there are people that they talked to in Bullock, that they went to Bullock at the same time. Network. Make sure that you get to know these people in different classes. So when you're here at Bullock, you're all going to be in different classrooms. So OD is going to be all in one class, and et cetera, et cetera. So make sure that you get to know those people in different classes, in different, branches, because you're going to most likely see them, especially if you're active duty, because it's such a short, the Army is small. So you're going to see them again, most likely. So just get to know people, network, help each other out. it goes a long way, honestly, and it helps a lot. Page 2. Damn, y'all, fuck. This video long as fuck, but it's some good information. Be open-minded that everyone is different. Everybody comes from a different walk of life, and some people are gonna be weird in your eyes, but it's normal to them. So be open-minded, try to be understanding, and understand that there are certain things that you might do that other people might find weird too, and there's no reason to sit here and be judging nobody. So instead of being judgmental, try to help people out. Instead of trying to talk about them right away, help somebody out first. You know, don't be that person. Analyze the environment and people you hang around for real. So you really have to analyze the environment. Don't just jump in all bestie with somebody when you really don't know them and you only been here for 2 weeks. Because later on down the line, that lady, that girl, that man could be a shiesty motherfucker, and you done sit here and told all your business to them, and now they got some leverage on you. So make sure that you're analyzing the people around you before you get around them, because yeah, they'll use it against you. There are some interesting people here at Bullock. It hasn't happened to me, but it's happened to other people who I've been in contact with. Study by yourself before you do group studying. So me personally, I did group studying at first, and I felt like it didn't help. So I started studying by myself and then doing group study sessions, and I found that my scores increased as I started to do that. So if you know that you're somebody who studies, we've all been through college. If you're an officer, you know what works for you, and if you still haven't figured it out, then go study with other people. Being around other people really helps you focus more. Or if you just haven't been in school for a long time. I understand that some people, they graduated college like 2-3 years ago and they're in the Guard and Reserve and they're just now getting to Bullock. Like, one person said, I got out of college 2 years ago. Like, I'm sitting here coming back to this environment and it just, surprised them. So that could be you too. So you never know. Connect with other classes as well and study together. Yes. Like I said before, I already told you guys connect with other classes, but studying as well. For us here, certain classes got certain study guides from their TAC or their instructor that we didn't get. And our scores, the difference between the scores showed tremendously. So my friends in other classes, they would share some of their PowerPoints that they got from their TACs and their tactical officers. And they utilized, and we were able to really utilize that and all study together. So I would definitely say get to know other people, network, because they will help you out in the process. Let me see. Get tips from graduating class. So I would say to get tips from the graduating class, just don't try to ask them. You can ask them about the test, just like how it was, but don't try to get like specific questions from the test, because that's called collaboration and you can get recycled for that. So, for example, most people told us that LISCO, which is the course that I'm in now, it's the hardest course yet. There are 2 tests, and when I took that test today, I had an ACFT, the physical test. Then I had a test right after that, and it was a LISCO test, LISCO 1. That test was hard as fuck, and when I tell you, 2/3 of my class failed the test, that shit was hard as fuck. And apparently there's going to be a curve because certain questions were a little messed up, but that test was so hard, bruh. Like, and they were right, but I knew that the test was going to be hard because the graduating class before us told us that it was, and our tactical officers told us that it was. But they really gave us insight on, like, make sure that you pay attention to the echelon trains. Make sure that you know this, that, and the third. Like, pay attention to this. This is important. So they gave us, like, tips and tricks on that type of stuff, and it really helped some people be able to pass. Yeah, networking. Make sure you go out with a few of these people outside of the hotel. Get to know them outside the military setting. Get to know them outside the hotel setting, because that's how you really get to know people, honestly, for real. Even inside the hotel. Like, go have a private setting with a few of your friends in your room or something like that. You don't always have to just be downstairs. You don't always have to be in a public, like an opening public setting with them. Around all those other people downstairs, because there are a lot of people who come downstairs and it gets noisy and rowdy pretty quick sometimes. Even so that they sometimes call the military police to kind of calm things down. And you know what a military police is. You can see it's in the name. It's the popo. But PT. make sure that you are fit before you come here, hunty. Make sure you are fit before you come here, because if you do not, you are going to struggle. Here at Logistics Bullock, we have something called a 4x36. That means you have to run 4 miles in 36 minutes. Me personally, I'm a great runner. I got my 4x36, I got a 29 on my first attempt, and he used that score for my record. So I was happy about that. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, you're gonna have an ACFT. You're gonna have PT almost. You're gonna have PT every day. We have PT every day. You're gonna have terrible weather. So some tips that I would have for the weather. I came in January. It's cold as fuck here. Oh my god, it got 11 degrees at one fucking time. I hate the cold. So I got hand warmers. I went to Walgreens. I got some super warm thermal gloves. They help out a lot, like especially the heat warmers. The heat warmers help out a lot. But okay, gator necks. Gator necks also help out. So gator necks are just like the little, oh shit, Jesus Christ, shit falling over my bed. So if you don't know where the gator neck is, you can look that up. You looked up this video, so you can look that up. But yeah, you're allowed to have gator necks inside of PT, the PT uniform, but it has to be a specific color. So a lot of people got black, which is the authorized color, and it looks good because it matches the uniform. So, and it's in regulation. So, gear. Inside of an email, if you don't get an email, I know National Guard and Reserve, they didn't get an email, but active duty individuals did get an email. Do not bring your gear here. Like, you do not need your gear. They're going to give you a whole new set of gear, and you can't say no what you do and don't want. They're going to give it all to you no matter what you already have or what you already brought. So don't bring no gear here. One thing I would say bring is if you don't like the medium rucks that we just got and you like the old ruck and you have an old ruck, then I would bring that. But other than that, you don't need no gear. I would say bring a tent if you have a tent, but I don't know if they're going to let you use it though. So just be cautious about that. I would bring a chair. So it's like these mini little field chairs that you have that you can sit on. Because me personally, when I sit on the ground for too long, I get this thing that I call needle butt. And it's like, when I sit on the ground for too long, like, I don't have that much cushion on my butt. I'm a small person. So after a while of sitting on the ground for so long, my butt feels like pins and needles are sticking. I just have to stand my ass up. So if I don't want to stand up after a long day and I want to sit down while we're talking about something, that's what I bought my chair for. So it'll help you most likely like it helped me. So if you a needle butt person too, go get you a chair. Amazon, wherever. Like, it doesn't matter. If you want me to put some links down below, let me know. I'll send it to you. I have no problem doing that.
Weirdos.
Okay, let's get into it. Damn, I might have to make this video a 2-part video, y'all. Like, these are only the first 2 pages. I'm not even done with the second page. But weirdos, watch out for some people. Some people weird. And I don't know if it's just my experience because I'm attractive, but there's some weirdos out here. Like, people be doing some weird shit. Like, not even just like, they just be doing some weird shit. I'll give you guys a story time in a few, but weirdos, be really clear and don't let them get close. So certain people will try to get too close to you too quickly, and you have to be discerning about that. Like, why are you trying to get so close to me? Like, do you just want to fuck me? Like, what's up with you? Like, you know, like, get back. For what? Nah, but dead ass. Like, certain people will try to get too close to you a little too quickly. I've had experiences with one guy. We were all playing spade. You know what? Let me hold off on the story time. Let me just read the rest of this, then give you out a story time. Because I'm only going to do these first 2 pages for this first video. Because this shit is getting long as shit. So, excuse my language too, y'all. Like, I'm just very passionate about this video because I want to be able to help y'all a lot. But, watch out for people who will waste your time. So, let me continue. Watch out for people who are going to waste your time and think they're obligated to it. So there are going to be certain people, like I remember, like I was trying to network and, with different classes, people in different classes that we had hung out a few times before, and I had gave them my number, and there are just a few people who think that they're obligated to your time. Like, oh, okay, she gave me her number. Like, when you give somebody your number, be clear about what you're giving them your number for. Like, be 100% clear. And I feel like even though I've given them my number and I've been clear, they try to cross that boundary with me. They try to test the boundary. And I have to reel them back in and be like, hey, like, I don't know if you remember when I said that, I wasn't looking for anything like that with you, just friendship, or I'm not attracted to you in that way, that, I just wanted to make that clear and that still stands. Because I understand that some people will try to, bridge that gap and be like, oh,
Maybe she doesn't know me yet, and maybe she'll, I don't know, switch up her mind, but she gets to know me.
no, it's the same, baby. Anyway, yeah, so just watch out for that. Some people will think they're obligated to your time, especially watch out for the class that just comes in, because they'll try to ask you. It's not bad that they're asking you for help, but it's just that they'll try to run to you first before trying to figure it out themselves on what they need to do within their briefs that they're doing and stuff like that. So that could be a time constraint to you because you're doing something that you need to get done, and they're sitting here asking you for advice on certain stuff or doing certain things that they need to get done, and you have stuff you need to get done too. Make sure you get done what you need to get done first before you give them the answers and attend to them, or not give them the answers, but just like help them out with their brief or give them advice on what they should do and what you learned based off of that. So yeah, just make sure you're attaining to yourself first before you actually go into helping somebody else out. Help yourself before you help somebody else, basically. Let me see. Don't freely give out your number. Hand out that signal. So we here in Bullock, we work off of this app called Signal. So one thing that I just thought about that I don't know why I didn't think about this sooner. Like, fuck, I could have avoided a whole lot of annoying people that I feel like I want to block now, but I can't because we still interact and it's just the whole thing. Don't get me wrong, I can still block them, but they just haven't done anything to get blocked. They're just kind of annoying. So, but one thing that I could have done to avoid that is that I could have, instead of giving them my phone number, I could have gave them my Signal, and they could have hit me up on Signal, and that would have been more applicable to getting my number, them being able to call me, or them being able to, just have better access to me. I don't know. Like, an app is one thing, but your number, I feel like that's more personable to me personally. Because you can always mute an app. You can always mute somebody's number too. But yeah, I just feel like, a number, somebody should earn your number. If, you shouldn't have just anybody inside of your phone. And yeah, make sure you have boundaries. Make sure you have clear boundaries. I stated some boundaries before when I said, reiterating when somebody tries to cross those boundaries, letting them know, clear and concise. Don't guess that people think they know what you're thinking or that you have made it clear. Make sure that you reiterate it sometimes, because you could have said something and you thought that you could have said it clear and you didn't say it clear, and now they're thinking one thing and you're thinking another thing and things getting weird. And it's just like, sometimes communication is key, and sometimes we mess up on it. Even myself, I mess up on communicating certain things sometimes. I'm only human, and I'm learning as I go, and I'm helping y'all out too, though. Hey, that rhyme. Anyway, yeah, set clear boundaries. Make sure that you're telling them what it is up front. Don't be scared to speak your truth. Like, it is what it is. If they get mad about it, who cares? Like, they just weren't the person that need to be around you. But make sure you're saying it in a respectful way as to where it doesn't come off as them getting offended by it. Like, if you want to study instead of hanging out, people should be understandable to that. If you want to, be by yourself and not be bothered by anybody, they should understand that too, because we be around each other a lot. And sometimes you just don't want to be around nobody. Like, dead ass. Like, I didn't want to be around anybody tonight. Like, somebody wanted to get together, and like, they want to help on this brief that they're doing. But I wanted to record this video because I told myself that I was going to record this video. I decided to help myself out and record this video because today was a long day, and this is right here is what I love to do, and this is me de-stressing. So instead of choosing them and helping them out with a brief, I decided to be selfish and choose myself. And you might look at that and be like, oh, that's wrong, da da da. But I don't give a fuck. I'm always choose myself. Like, what? They can get through it and they can ask their classmates and they'll be okay. And they should have asked me earlier instead of 9:30 at night. Like, they asked me, I told them they could come get some help at like 7. They decided to wait till 9. That's on them. If I don't feel like, giving it to them at the end of the day, I might want to go shower and go to bed. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do exactly that. And you should be just as selfish with your time. Because people need to be clear that your time is valuable and they can't wait around to the last minute in order to goddamn get something from you. And that's on that. And I don't care. I'm standing on it. I have about 3 more pages left of stuff that I really want to tell y'all. So I'm going to just stop the video now because this has gotten way longer than I thought it would. Damn. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was long as shit. Damn, I probably got to take some stuff out, but thank you guys for watching. My name is Fee. You're watching Featured, and tune in for the next video for the rest of it. Bye.